Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. It's week 11, season 4, 2023. We are in the Formula Vee, back at Lime Rock Park for their Chicanes layout. It's my favourite Lime Rock Park layout that they do because we do have a pair of Chicanes. They do act as differentiators, so you should find the difference to be able to try and leave those behind or try and catch up with those in front, which is what we always look for when we're racing in the Formula Vee. I want to know how everybody got on last week at Okayama. I was only able, sadly, to do a couple of races myself. I didn't manage to get near to my track guide. Obviously, it's a lot easier when I sit here for an hour and get to lap without any pressure on. But it'd be interesting to know how you guys got on and how you're getting on with 2 weeks to go in the championship. I am just about holding on to the top 3 or 4, as you can see just up on there on the screen. I don't think I'm going to be able to improve on that because the guys ahead of me are faster, which is the old honest truth. I also want to thank those people that did support my store last week. Part of the reason why I was unable to actually get on for many races this week is I've been coding it all into my own website. I know a couple of you were struggling with the Etsy Pay. But yeah, I've managed to, we've got every payment method. So as well as having the sim racing section, Christmas coming up, let's, you can buy your loved ones anything. If they hunt, they fish, if they like cute tops, if they like funny tops. So whether it's your cousin, your brother, your dad, your mum, your sister, your wife, your husband, hopefully they're all different, separate people. But feel free to have a look on there, Sambo 20 for a 20% discount. Thanks for your support, and let's get in the cockpit. Okay, we're back in the cockpit. I'm going to try again because I've just recorded the voiceover for the full track guide and just realized that my microphone had not been plugged in. So, great stuff. So, anyway, let's start. We're over on the left-hand side. There's no braking coming into this first turn. What we're looking for is the 1 marker, and just after that, we're going to come off the throttle, start turning in for the corner, and I like to clip the inside here of the curb. I come down to about 13% and hold it. What you're wanting to do in the V is you're not wanting to go up and down because that's just going to change the weight balance all the time. And every time we release the throttle, we get lift off at oversteer, which is absolutely fine. We can use that to turn. However, we don't want to be doing it in a place where we don't want to. So we're just holding it absolutely rock steady as possible at 13, dropping it down slightly when I want a little bit more rotation, looking to get back on the throttle nice and early. As you can see here, I'm on the throttle well ahead of the apex. And what I'm going to do is clip the inside so I don't drift too far out on the left. If you see there's plenty of room on the outside of me, and so that I can get back over to the right-hand side. You want to be about 2/3 of the way across. And what we're looking to do, again, there's no brake here. This is actually turn 3. Big Bend is turn 1 and 2 itself. And what we're looking to do is move back across. And if you see, there's a sort of X on the track just by my right wheel, just ahead of that. That's my marker that I'm usually looking for. So that I can get off the gas down to about 20%, hold it, and looking to find the apex, taking a little bit of grass here, and then getting back on the throttle, holding it out onto the left-hand side so that we can get through this next turn here, turn 4, fully on the throttle, looking to change up, and we're coming to the first chicane. So you see the tree on the left-hand side. It's just after the tree is my braking marker, and I actually, for Lime Rock chicanes, I click a couple of times back on my brake bias here, so I've actually got it a little bit further back. It allows me to brake harder without locking up the fronts. Don't take it too far back. I think mine's 65.5. Any further back and you might, get a snap lock up on the rear tires. But I am looking to brake really hard up to about 93%. So this is probably the hardest braking zone that there will be on the calendar, or certainly that I use. You're fully over on the left-hand side. And as you start releasing the brake, you can start actually looking to turn in, and I'm fully off the brake and I'm getting back on the throttle. And as you can see, I'm back up to 100% throttle here. So a lot of people won't actually get back on the throttle until they start going up the hill or the over this, by this red sausage curb up ahead. But if you can get on the throttle earlier, it simply means that you've got longer on throttle, make it through, try and clip those apexes without hitting the sausage curbs, you'll see on the chase cam where you should be looking to do it. As you can see, I've just changed up here. This is stupid of me. This is just force of habit from the engine tone. My brain clicks up, but you can actually leave it in third. Definitely do leave it in third if you're using auto blip, because you will just lose speed by actually changing up. I've changed up, so as I say, you probably shouldn't. There's probably no need to. I shouldn't have. And what we're looking for here is, if you see this, the rumble curbing, so when you're about 1 or 2 car lengths before that on the left-hand side, you're going to brake up to about 85%. We're going to bleed it off. And that this first apex you can see on the right-hand side here, just ignore that. It's a false apex. If you go in there, you're going to end up too tight and you're not going to get all the speed coming through. Because the straight that we're coming onto after here, the Sambo straight, turn 11 and then onto it, you're going to be on the throttle all that time. What we're looking for is we want to be on the throttle as early as possible. So a nice wide entry, ignoring that first apex, false apex, back on the gas here. So again, coming into the second chicane, as you can see, when I actually go through the chicane, I'm fully on the throttle. All of the technical aspect is happening before you actually get to it. So once you actually get to it, what you want to be doing is just fully on the gas and just steering. Clip both. Now, when you actually come to the race here, what you'll find is people will go on the grass on the inside of either of these turns, and they might spin, they might exit wide, hit the grass over on the right-hand side, and then they'll spin back across and hit under the bridge on the left-hand side. So just be aware of that. It's always a bit of a nightmare. You won't get an off-track so long as you have the center of your car still over the rumble strip. If it's over the grass, then you're going to get a second or so slow down. So hold it. You come back out, you'll see people go fully over to the left-hand side here. They're just making the track longer for themselves because it's not a particularly sharp turn. You only need to be about 2/3 of the way across. Up to 4th gear. Try not to clip this inside because it's just going to slow you down. You don't actually have to. Just get close to it. And again, on the exit, you don't have to be all the way out. That's just making the track longer for yourself. And then we're going to come over and be over the line. This is where in the race you'll be overtaking, things like that. So for a 108.405, so that's not a bad time. It should be competitive. It is cooler than when we were last year, a couple of seasons back. And yeah, I improved my time by about 0.6. So look for that. Right, let's do the chase cam. Okay, so we're following along now. Over on the left-hand side. Looking for the 1 marker, coming off the gas, holding it as steady as possible, down to 3rd only when we're ready to get back on the throttle, clip the inside curb, looking for the X, getting back on the throttle nice and early, again clipping the curb, you can touch the grass, try and keep off this one, you can touch it a little bit. Definitely up to 4th here, do get on the button clutches guys, it does make you faster. Hard braking zone, over to the left, back on the throttle nice and early, just missed the sausage curbs, lovely. Cut this inside corner, and then out to the outside, hard braking, ignore the first apex, back on the throttle. Up to 4th. So yeah, in the race, this is where if you've got someone trying to play silly buggers with you, you want to be over on the right-hand side. You can make a pass on the outside here, but I only do it if I'm racing against some of the guys from TGR, people that I trust. You guys know who you are. If you're passing a random, try not to do it around the outside because they do have a propensity to spin and take you out. And you get the occasional person that's also very good that does that. And I'll mention no names, Mr. Simpson. Right, and finally, back in the cockpit. Whee. And I'll stick the driving line on. Okay, so final time, we're in the cockpit, we've got the driving line on. Let's run through. Hopefully the encoding rate that I've managed to sort out here should mean that as you're watching this on YouTube, it might be a better quality video than you're used to seeing. Hopefully that's the case. I watched a YouTube video myself on how to do that. I do apologize for the quality of the output previously. as you can see, when you're running that through at full speed, you are going to get a bit of four-wheel slide there as you enter the sort of first corner of the chicane. That's absolutely fine, just run with it. As soon as you get back on the throttle, that's going to give you all of the, and again, the same there. When you start losing it, or when your back end starts sliding, that's when the throttle is your friend, because it's going to grip up the rear tyres and it's going to give you some forward momentum as opposed to the sideways that you're experiencing at the end of that braking zone. Right, and back over the line. Fantastic. Hope to see you on the track this week, and as I say, very welcome to my store, Sambo 20 for 20% discount. Thanks for your support, guys. Enjoy your week. I've been Sambo iRacing. Thanks.